As we drop the curtain on another Thursday night, this one out of the AFC South, the Indianapolis Colts about to take on the Houston Texans, and Brian Cushing is mic'd up tonight. Here's what he said to his teammates just a moment ago.
All lights on us tonight, man. If anything, go out, have fun. And let's do what we love. That's what we love, man. Go out and hunt 4 quarters non-stop.
Brian Cushing. His defensive unit will not be taking the field first as Houston won the toss and wants the football. PMcAFee will handle it, the kickoff duties. And that's Daniel Manning, who's back to receive it. He led the league in kickoff return average back in 08 as a member of the Bears. McAfee leads the league in touchbacks this year. And he's going to earn one right here to begin it. And we'll bring out Ryan Fitzpatrick and this Texans offense. Fitzpatrick well traveled around this league, now a starter for his 5th different team. 5 touchdowns versus 6 picks on the year, but he has the respect of his teammates. There is nothing but a lot of admiration for their quarterback in that locker room.
That's exactly right. This team is behind him. He is tough. He plays hard. And as you might see even here tonight, he takes a lot of big hits, keeps getting up, and his teammates love him.
You heard Tracy talking to Coach O'Brien, and first down performance, big key for them tonight. Here they come out throwing, and that was in the direction of Andre Johnson. Covered up by Greg Toller. And in our talk with Coach O'Brien, what did you come away thinking?
Well, I think this, when you look at this Texans offense, a little hurry up, they think that's going to help Ryan Fitzpatrick, but I think they can run the ball well at times. But the biggest thing of all tonight, they got to give consistent protection to their quarterback. They have not done that this year. It's hurt their passing game.
Got a double tight end formation with Garrett Graham and C.J. Fedorowicz. The 3rd round pick out of Iowa. And here we go with the first carry for Arian Foster, and he falls for about 5. On the other sideline, you got Chuck Pagano. He's had 11-5 seasons each of the first 2 years. And his team bouncing back after an 0-2 start with 3 wins by a total of 58 points.
Yeah, they like the way they're playing, especially, well, both sides of the football. On defense tonight, I think one of the big keys, the Houston Texans like to spread out. When they do, I expect the blitz to be a big part of winning the game for the Indianapolis Colts. It has to work for them to have great success.
That's Keyshawn Martin in motion on 3rd and 5, and Fitzpatrick has an open target, and the ball is dropped right in the arms of DeAndre Hopkins, but it was knocked out of his hands by Vontae Davis.
Yes, that's a part of what they really like about what this defense is doing now. They attack the football. They're tackling really well. They got 2 good corners in Vontae Davis and Greg Toller. They can play man-to-man, and that gives them the freedom to blitz more than they have in the past.
So a 3 and out, ran out of the box for the Texans, and Shane Leckler into punt, the longtime Raider. And Texas A&M man, it's Griff Whalen on the return for the Colts. And he returns at 17 yards after a 56-yard punt. Well, here comes Andrew Luck stepping onto the field here. Led a big comeback victory a year ago against the Texans, down 24-6. The passing yardage, that's best in the league. Pass touchdowns at 14.
Completion percentage, that's pretty impressive for a team. 68%, Jim. They don't throw a lot of screens and checkdowns. You'll see tonight, like every week, they throw it down the field looking for big plays.
He's going to come out with 4 wides. And Trent Richardson, the running back. And on the toss, it's Richardson. Running behind the likes of Dwayne Allen and give him a gain of about 4, maybe 5.
Well, I think every time when you look at this for the Indianapolis Colts, the #1 thing, don't let J.J. Watt ruin the game. Always know where he is at. Make sure you get a double team on him with offensive linemen if it's not a blitz.
2nd and 6. And Luck's first throw to Allen. And he's down at the Houston 44. Dwayne Allen, the third-year tight end out of Clemson, gain of 16.
Watch T.Y. Hilton going right down the middle of the field. Houston defense loses him. Oh, what a move right down the middle. But Andrew Luck, of course, couldn't see it. He was on the move. Something he does well, and a big key for Houston, keep him in the pocket.
On first down from the Houston 45. That pass coming right back in the direction of Dwayne Allen falls incomplete.
Something we'll see a lot of tonight. These teams are not afraid to blitz. Romeo Crennel, here comes the blitz. We've seen it in every single game. And Romeo Crennel, coach for the Giants under Bill Parcells many years, played a lot of zone defense. He says that day is done in the NFL. The throwers and catchers are too good. You got to pressure them, and you got to stay tight to these receivers. Romeo making his presence felt down here. Again, his defense leads the league in takeaways after 5 weeks. 2nd and 10, and right in on the handoff is Whitney Merciless. He decks Richardson for a loss of 5. Well, that was so fast I couldn't see it, but it's not a good scheme. The guard cannot get out there quick enough, and that's how he got in there. It just happened so fast. Lance Lewis was pulling, but couldn't get there before the quick linebacker Merciless makes the tackle. They bring in Bradshaw, flanking Luck out of the shotgun. 4 wides, including Kobe Fleener, who now lines up a wing on the left. Here comes the blitz, passes away, it's Hilton, and over the shoulder grab at T.Y. Hilton. Having all kinds of success down here in Houston last year, has a gain of 40 on that 3rd and 15. Yeah, such a good job. He runs against Jonathan Joseph, their best corner for the Texans. Very good man-to-man cover guy. But what I like, look how far T.Y. Hilton is inside, so Andrew Luck could throw it high and soft to the outside, and it gave T.Y. Hilton a lot of room to adjust to football. Hilton, who had a 3-touchdown game here last year, has not caught a touchdown since that game. That's now 79 receptions since he found the end zone down here in Houston. And that pass almost intercepted, bouncing around off Dwayne Allen. Well, if you're playing defense in the NFL now, when every team gets down near the 10-yard line, they love these throws over the middle. He looked outside. His outlet receiver was Dwayne Allen over the middle. And Swearinger, if he was looking at the quarterback, he might have intercepted that pass. Jarrell Poe had actually a play off the rebound there for the pick. Houston's already had on 4 occasions this year a takeaway in the red zone. 2nd and goal. Handoff, Richardson, push back, maybe got a yard. Merciless again on a tackle. The last time the Texans gave up a first quarter touchdown was at Indianapolis last December 15th. Rip Whalen, who had the punt return to start this series. That's the last first quarter touchdown allowed by the Texans. Now a 3rd and goal for Indianapolis. Has Luck, stands in the pocket, now flushed out, throws on the run, and it's over the head of Fleener. Excellent pass protection by an offensive line that has different guards in there tonight than they had last week in different spots, but the protection is very good. Andrew Luck, as we've already seen, just incredible moving up in the pocket and finding ways to throw the football down the field. Good coverage, though, by Houston. Adam Vinatieri, the oldest player in the NFL at 41, returns to the stadium where he won a Super Bowl for New England some 10 years ago. Game-ending field goal, 2nd Super Bowl he won. This is 27 yards, and Vinatieri now 11 for 11 on the season. Pagano's team puts up 3 after being set up by the 40-yard throw to Hilton. Back in Houston, the old Astrodome to the left and NRG Stadium to the right, with some 70,000 will pack it in here tonight. Luck taking them 9 plays, 54 yards, and a Vinatieri field goal in the end. Oh, offside kick try. McAfee recovers his own kick. They're the only team in the league
this year to successfully get an onside kick recovery, and they've now got 3 on the year. The only team in the league with 1.
Yeah, short week. You got to be ready for special teams. Look how nobody in the middle. I'm sure they knew this on the game plan. Nobody turned and ran, but they were so far back, they had nobody there, Jim, to go up there and recover the football.
Look at this. McAfee like he's the only man on the field. Again, that's their 3rd onside kick in this, the 6th game of the season. No other team in the league has 1.
Boy, that was really well done. The Texans, Bob Ligashevsky is the special teams coordinator. That will upset you. And I said, you always got to be alert. Sometimes in playoff games, short weeks, different circumstances, that people will try trick plays with their special teams. Puts a lot of pressure on this Houston Texans defense right away.
First down play action. Luck trying to cash in right away, and Hilton. He can still get up and cross the goal line for the touchdown. He was never touched.
Kareem Jackson did not touch him. If he did, it was by accident when he ran by him.
His first touchdown since last November in this building.
Well, they're going down the field. We said it early that this offense, Chuck Pagano says, nope, it didn't look like he touched him on the way by. He goes, I like chunk plays on the offense. And, of course, he's got the quarterback and the scheme to do it.
It looked like Kareem Jackson tried to avoid contact.
He did not touch him. Boy, that was a simple play. Oh, he did. Touched him. How about that?
On a touchdown pass, we'll go under review. Timeout.
Looks like there was contact with T.Y. Hilton's left foot and the right thigh of Jackson. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Domino's. Visit Domino's.com. HP. And by the Lexus GX. Dare to be spontaneous. Ron Torbert is the referee, and the Colts are still out there on the field expecting to try an extra point, but we may have otherwise.
The receiver completed the pass and was touched down at the 5-yard line. It'll be Indianapolis's ball, 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. There will be no adjustment to the clock. The clock will start on my ready for play signal.
See right here.
You can see that he pushes his left leg. They hit legs. There's actually another angle too. It's pretty clear that there was contact.
So it's a 1st and goal at the 5 after a 49-yard completion. And they go with 4 wides, but Luck will take the snap from under center. Toss, Richardson. He's got room, and Richardson's across for the Indianapolis touchdown. Running behind Gosder, Sherrillis.
Second time we've seen this type of play, so they must feel getting outside and getting away from J.J. Watt and some of those defensive linemen is the thing to do. And good blocking. You said it, the center, Jonathan Harrison, got out there and made a block. And Richardson running much harder this year than he did last year. 2nd year in the system. He knows what to do, and he just plays faster.
Well, as Chuck Pagano said, this year he's not thinking.
Yep.
He's playing fast. He comes to the Colts last year after a couple of weeks into the season, learning the system. Extra point makes it 10-0. And now Richardson's making much bigger contributions than a year ago. McAfee and the onside kick set it up. Took him 2 plays. 49 yards to Hilton. Richardson the final 5, and it's 10-0. Never miss a moment of the action. Get instant scores, breaking news on the go from your phone. Download the award-winning CBS Sports app now. Houston had not allowed a first quarter point coming in, and they give up 10 in just a matter of seconds as McAfee has another touchback right over the head of Daniel Manning.
Well, Jim, let's go look at the next gen stats, how far everybody ran on the play. T.Y. Hilton, I've done a lot of football and watched a lot of film in my life. I don't know what that coverage was. It was a blown assignment. You see the path these guys took running fast down the field. They have little chips in their shoulder pads, so you can find out how fast they're running, how far, the lines they take. Pretty cool stuff.
Just 4 minutes, 20 seconds into the game. Already 10-0, the visitors. Fourth snap for the Texans. It's Arian Foster for 3. And I've talked a couple of times about the Colts being the only team in the league to successfully convert an onside kick at this point of the season. And now they have 3. Before this year, they had not even had 1, this franchise, since 2008.
Boy.
Now they've got their 3rd in 6 games.
Good time to do it, too. You know, if you're going to take a chance, do it early in the game so you can overcome it if it doesn't go your way.
Can you believe how Houston had that set up, though?
No, that'll be the last time we see him in that return formation for the rest of Bill O'Brien's career here.
2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick's pass to Foster is batted down by Freeman.
Freeman, he's a big part of this defense. Fast, can cover guys. And one of the reasons why this defense got off to a slow start the first 2 games, they did play some good teams, Philadelphia and Denver. But Jarrell Freeman was not there the whole preseason, so they missed him. Of course, we know Robert Mathis is out. DeQuell Jackson, number 52, he's new to the system. So it took them a couple weeks, but, man, they've been flying around the last 3. And they played, I think, the best game of the year against the Ravens on Sunday.
3rd and 8. And they're coming after Fitzpatrick, who unloads it as he's hit. And he's 0 for 4 throwing, but he had no chance that time as Corey Redding was in a hurry, as was Eric Walden.
Yep, no chance anywhere. They read it and they blitz late. Oh man, and Walden that time, a big outside linebacker, good against the run. And the blitz, Greg Minuski, the defensive coordinator, this defense is now very aggressive.
Leckler, his first punt traveled 56 yards. This one's returnable for Whalen. Still on his feet, and that's return of 14 for Whalen after a 43-yard boot. Right back out comes Luck, and the Colts leading 10-0. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance, and by McDonald's, official sponsor of the NFL. I'm loving it. The Lee and Joe Jamail Skate Park, one of the many outdoor recreation areas in the city of Houston, just outside the downtown skyline. And meanwhile, south of downtown, the Colts got it again. And on first down, it's Ahmad Bradshaw with his first handle of the game. They got a nice 1-2 punch out of this backfield.
Oh, I like it. I like the way they do it, too. Trent Richardson starts. Ahmad Bradshaw, he's an energizer. Comes in, he's emotional, he plays hard, he's a jump cutter, so he can bring energy to the offense every couple series when he comes into that game.
And coming off neck surgery, here's the throw over to Doyle, their 3rd tight end, and he has his 7th catch of the season. Pick up of 4, 3rd and short coming up for the Colts.
I like how the Colts team really matches it, each other. In other words, the defense now is aggressive. They like the blitz. They got the big defensive linemen. And the offense, yeah, they have all the basics in, but we've already seen it this game. They are always looking for ways to throw it deep.
3rd and 3. And they'll move the chains as Allen has it on the run. And he's pushed out by Tuggle. Just when the Texans defense needed to come up with a stop, they failed to. Picks up 18.
Yeah, well, they get the Tuggle is inside, so the quick release out, there's no way he's going to beat Allen to that sideline. So you got to think that, and he had to fight his way through T.Y. Hilton or worry about him. Too late getting there.
First down and another long throw, and this one inside the 20. to Hilton, and we were talking in the break about how many times Luck either goes long or these medium range passes like that one right there for 14 more.
Good play action, sets up, looks it off, and then fires it.
Hilton,
and you got to respect T.Y. Hilton so fast, it makes you back off, Jim.
He's already got a 100-yard game. Make it a 100-yard quarter. Actually, make it a 100-yard half a quarter, not even. 3 catches, 103 for Hilton. Luck pass tipped, and it was J.J. Watt who leads the league in batted balls. He's got another one right there.
Yeah, so far the blocking has been very good. Oh, there we go. We were going to get a little triple team. You don't see that everybody is looking at him, and so far the Colts, the game plan, a short week, you never know where he's going to line up. They have found ways to get to him, and when they've had one-on-one blocking, Joe Wright's just locked him out a couple of plays to give Andrew Luck extra time to throw.
2nd and 10. And Reggie Wayne moves over a bit, and Luck's looking his way. Now goes center of the field. End zone, and a flag is out. Thrown in the direction of Fleener.
Man. Down the field. You know, they can throw it down the field. They got speed, of course, we know that. But they got a quarterback that just does not flinch in the pocket when people are around him. That's maybe the most amazing thing I've seen about Andrew Luck so far this year.
There were 2 fouls by the defense on the play. Illegal contact, number 56. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, number 24 is accepted. Automatic first down at the spot of the foul.
That's on Jonathan Joseph, and that'll put the football at about the 2.
Little double move up, very nice. Caught Jonathan Joseph. Now they've run a couple benders where that route went outside. He played the position. Tight ends run a lot of those routes to the outside, and that little quick move up freed him up. Tell a difference in Fleener too, Jim, from last year to this year. Just growing up more, stronger, runs more precise routes.
Bradshaw's the running back. Fake to him. Allen looked open for a moment. Luck now is tripped up by J.J. Watt.
What a play. You know, he is a human highlight film when you watch him. He plays so hard, you wonder why he can, you know, I wonder how can he even sustain the energy the way he goes. He plays about 95% of the plays, and boy, this catches him and probably stops the touchdown. But we were at practice on Tuesday. It's a walkthrough, not exaggerating. He sacked the quarterback every play, made his moves at the defensive line, went back in the backfield and got near the quarterback every single time to practice what he wants to do in the game.
2nd and goal. They load up the left side and they go right. Caught. Bradshaw. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Too easy. It's just too easy. It's just, you watch Brian Cushing, he's inside. And I'll show you real quick, the lineman, it just makes it hard to cover Bradshaw. Here's Bradshaw, Cushing's in there, he's already behind. So they go outside, quick. Now Brian Cushing would have to be super fast to chase him and hit him before he gets that angle to get in the end zone. So good call by the Colts.
Nice job by Bradshaw too. Catching that ball is a little bit low. 17 points in 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Yeah, you know, we can handle that. That's his 5th touchdown catch of the season, Bradshaw. We are back at NRG Stadium, and well, since Peyton's 2nd year, look what the Colts have done. The 2nd highest win percentage in the league behind New England, 9 division titles and a Super Bowl victory. And again, no return coming from Manning, no shots. But inside the AFC South the last 5 years, it's been either the Colts or the Texans. 2009, the Colts went on to the Super Bowl where they were beaten by the Bears. Texans took the division for the first time in 2011. And then again in 2012, JJ was the League's Defensive Player of the Year, and then last year went back to the Colts as the Texans suffered through a 2-14 season. Foster shakes off tackle at the line and picks up 3.
So we see how fast those linebackers flew up there. They have such freedom because they can read it, and they got good cover guys, so they can overcommit. And this is a good pair inside, Freeman and DeQuell Jackson. One's a great run stopper, and just the quarterback of the defense, that's Jackson, and Freeman, he's the athlete, tremendous blitzer, can cover tight ends and go outside and cover those backs. Very versatile.
Texans looking for their first down. It's 2nd and 7. Fitzpatrick. He is going to be sacked by Eric Walden. Now there's been some changes coming into this game at the last minute on that offensive line for Houston.
Right guard Xavier Suafilo, he misses Corey Redding, who's just having one of his best years, and look down the field. Nothing quick. Oh, coverage. Well, he falls down, but Fitzpatrick is not going to know that. He picked the right side, which turned out to be the wrong one.
Yes, Suafilo getting his first NFL start. He was the first pick of the 2nd round of the draft. 8 plays, 9 yards, managed by Houston, facing another 3rd down. Brandon Brooks, a late scratch. He was not on the injury report all week. And now again, they swapped the quarterback to DeQuell Jackson.
Well, that was the key. Short week. When you're playing defenses that are good and complicated, they make mistakes up front. DeQuell Jackson is not blocked. Everybody, look at the linemen, everybody chasing somebody, and nobody blocks him, and Fitzpatrick has no time to move, to run. Good job on the defensive side.
And Reckler gets the punt away. We talked to DeQuell last night. He's loving the chance to get in some blitz packages this year. That's his 3rd sack of the season.
Blitz more this year than he has in his whole career, is what he said. He loves it. Of course, what linebacker wouldn't?
Got a flag down.
During the kick, holding number 54, the return team. A 10-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the kick. Indianapolis's ball, 1st down. Timeout.
J.J. Watt trying to get this Houston team to make a play on either side of the ball. Look at these passes. Luck going down the field.
Lasers, perfect spirals. And look at J.J. Watt. He gets double teamed. Another spiral down the field. Oh, nobody to block. Let's hit J.J. Pass interference.
Set up a touchdown.
When you're double teaming this guy, somebody has to beat their one-on-one block to get to Andrew Luck.
And that's Richardson for no gain. J.J. Watt, look what he's done since he came to the league. Most sacks, most run stuffs, most in the league batted passes. He has 1 tonight.
Yep. How can he do it? Well, he's a tremendous athlete. Big, tall, long arms, wide shoulders, great endurance and strength. So that gives you a chance to get it done.
2nd and 10. Ball's in the air and bounced off of Hakeem Nicks. Incomplete.
Well, this is the best sequence so far that the Texans have had on the defensive side. Stopping the run and tight coverage. We've talked about it. They don't like those long, grinding drives where you can make a mistake. We've seen that here so far. Big plays.
Watt is lined up right over the center. Jonathan Harris, a rookie. 3rd and 10. Up the middle comes the pressure. The pass on target. It's Hilton again, racing down the sideline. And finally collared down by Kendrick Lewis. Another big gain for Hilton. What an incredible quarter he's putting up.
Watch the pressure inside, and they get there, and Andrew Luck, people all around him. I said it. It's amazing. He never flinches, can keep his eyes down the field, and doesn't care if he's going to get hit. And T.Y. Hilton, he's just too fast right now for the corners trying to cover him.
He's got 140 yards on 4 catches. We still have 4 minutes to go in the first quarter.
I don't know what you do. If you just have a regular defense, you can't get to the quarterback. He's going to complete the passes. And now they're blitzing him, and they can't cover the speed outside.
Luck looked across, took the timeout. And just as the Houston defense took the field for this series, this is what J.J. Watt had to say to his teammates.
Everybody do your job. Yep. That's all. Do your job. Stand up. Let's make some plays. And let's keep this place rocking again. Yep. We know what we need to do. Let's do it. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Everybody do their job.
Well, you know why? Because they've blown a couple assignments. In that long touchdown or the long throw we saw to T.Y. Hilton, Romeo Crennel was screaming at his defensive players, why are you trying to make a play? In other words, somebody left the guy to go try to make the play because they thought the quarterback was going to throw it somewhere else. Too much thinking's a bad thing sometimes.
First down at the Houston 30. Monte Moncrief is in as a receiver for Locke, and he heads over instead to Reggie Wayne, who has his first catch of the night. Gain of 9.
Well, let's watch it. T.Y. Hilton, here he goes across the field. Oh man, he did such a great job. How far does he run? 63 yards. But he froze Kareem Jackson, kept him in the back pedal, then ran by him.
2nd and 1, and Luck is taken down. John Simon, who was just signed this week off the Baltimore Ravens practice squad, makes the play.
Well, they're trying to get rid of this football quick. Same play we saw maybe run earlier, throwing it out in the flat. But that time the Houston defense reacted faster, and they get to Andrew Luck.
That came on a 2nd and 1, and now they got a 3rd and 3. Luck tucks it under at the last moment and has the first down.
He saw that that football, I think, was going to be knocked down if he threw it. The pressure was coming from his right. They stand up. He saw that hand. He pulls it down. Was there somebody open up top? No, nobody's open. Maybe that's why he pulled it down too. But Andrew Luck always knows when there's man coverage. In other words, when everybody's chasing receivers, look down the field. If you don't like it, look for the running lane and take off.
Yeah, was looking in the direction of Nix. Looked like he was covered up. 10 first downs for the Colts, 0 for the Texans. And Luck gets away from the Simon pressure and throws it again to Hilton. And it's a catch at the 11. Pickup of 8. Make Friday night amazing. Join the most extraordinary round-the-world adventure with the teams of the Amazing Race. New episode on its new night tomorrow at 8/7 Central, only CBS.
Offensive line moved all around by the Colts. We're asking Chuck Pagano, like, you got to be worried about this. Nope, we're ready for it. We got depth on the offensive line. Guys are going to step in. We've been doing it. Hey, they've only get the fewest sacked offense, 7th in the league. So they're protecting Andrew Luck and giving him time to throw. Of course, he can run out of trouble, too.
2nd and 3, quick release to Fleener as Houston tried to strip it. Swearinger was trying to reach in and force the takeaway, but Fleener held on for a gain of 7.
Could have been a running play, and he had the option to throw the football to Fleener. Stanford teammates, good rhythm, good connection.
Inside the last minute of the first quarter, 1st and goal, and that pass was intended for Nix, and Luck says that's on me.
He's not, I tell you what I like about Andrew Luck too. Besides all this, he yells at himself. You ever notice that? Come on, and it's of course his teammates love him. His talent, the way he presents himself to the public, to his team, a leader, and most of all, Jim, he's just so humble. So I think teams always love humble quarterbacks when they don't take all the praise. for what's going on when it goes well.
He's already over 200 yards passing in the opening quarter. He's got a 2nd and goal. They're going to go ground here. Richardson knew there was going to be contact right away as Simon was able to bust through and kind of force Richardson to cut his losses. No gain, actually.
Yeah, they're going to have to run this play, it looks like. Trying to watch the clocks. It's pretty close. They're synced up. This is, of course, a huge stand for this Houston defense. What do? I can't even tell you what they should do. When they play zone, he picks them apart. When they blitz, they block, and they get easy throws down the field. They could let this go, I think, if they wanted to. Yep.
And that's what Luck's going to choose to do.
Second charge timeout, Indianapolis. This is a 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 1 second, please. 1 second on the game clock.
Luck was convinced that he actually had the clock management just right, that he had about a half a second advantage where he could have let the game clock on the quarter run out.
Yeah, well, I'm curious. You know, Mike Carey's up here with us here tonight. Mike, would that be considered running out the clock, or it's so close it wouldn't count?
When it was so close like that, we'll let the game clock go out first and not get a delay on the offense.
So the offense could have let that go.
They could have let that go and the quarter would have switched.
Okay.
The mechanic is different. The mechanic is the back judge sees the play clock go to 0, then he looks down and see if the game clock is 0, and if it's no problem, quarter's over.
Okay. Well, usually I say timeouts. Oh, it's a waste of timeouts, but you can't say that now, can we? 17-0. And I don't think Andrew Luck, I think the big thing is, Jimmy, just the way he looked, he wasn't comfortable with the play they called. I do think the Texans have to play pressure defense this close to the goal line. It looks like that's what they're going to do.
Let's see if Luck, with one more snap in this remarkable opening quarter, can add yet another touchdown. It's a 3rd and goal.
Well, they're mixed up.
Luck to the end zone. Touchdown to Kobe Fleener.
They switched the formation from one side to the other. And it took to the last second for the Texans to line up. As Reggie Wayne comes across, watch, now they go out and they put the other tight end out here, and they'd have nobody on Fleener. And then finally, when they get it, it's too late. A little double move. Oh my gosh, that was pretty. That was the perfect call. The great disguise by the shifting got him wide open.
There's one other thing that happened on that play. Ahmad Bradshaw picked up J.J. Watt to give Luck the time he needed to make it an absolute one-sided affair after one quarter. 24-0, Indianapolis. You got a full moon over Houston.
Yeah, I believe it.
Does that mean something?
Good. Biorhythms, you know, I believe in that. So mine are feeling good. I feel good.
I heard you talking about that last week with Jim Harbaugh about biorhythms and what your body does, like around your birth date every year. I think he went back and Google searched that and looked up some of that stuff. Bordered on witchcraft. I don't know where you came up with that, but how about T.Y. Hilton?
Well, it's an unbelievable corner by, and it starts with how about that long, high, soft throw, the blown coverage by the Texans defense. Man, you know, T.Y. Hilton has played so well against the Texans.
Yeah, he's had 5 touchdowns in 4 career games, including 3 touchdowns in the game here last year. Fitzpatrick. That is thrown over the head of Andre Johnson, who wanted a flag. And they get one. By the way, Fitzpatrick took quite a hit after the throw. Mike Adams was blitzing and got a good lick on the quarterback.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 21 grabbing the arm. It's an automatic first down at the spot of the foul.
Vontae Davis. But Fitzpatrick, how much of this can he take? He's been pummeled already in this game 3 or 4 times.
Yes, he's been hit hard a couple times. They're coming fast, and when you get hit like this, and it happened, Jim, you can't go back there and act like it hasn't happened. You got to protect yourself.
It's Foster, and he's tripped up right away. Josh Chapman blowing things up. Loss of 3. Monday on NCIS Los Angeles, LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell in a new episode you don't want to miss. NCIS Los Angeles. It's new night and time, Monday, 10/9 Central. Only CBS.
Hey, Mike's right.
Minus a yard. Total offense numbers for the Texans versus 218. 2nd and 13 across the middle. There's the first completion for Fitzpatrick, and it's Fedorowicz, the rookie tight end. Gain of 7.
Well, I don't think I have to look at the numbers to know this is going to be, oh, that's pretty big. 208 yards in the first quarter by Andrew Luck. And what you worried about, and you see when you watch the Texans play, everybody's yelling at Ryan Fitzpatrick. Who can make plays under the circumstances he's playing under here tonight? And I've seen a lot of this year.
Under duress the whole night. Here he flips it over. Foster has running room and makes a nice cut at the 40 and is out of bounds at the 33. That's the first really effective play of the night by the Houston offense. Gain of 28.
Yeah, the heck, if you can't block them, just release guys and try to get rid of the football fast. It was another blitz. And Greg Minuski, the defensive coordinator, they're hot with the blitz. That's why they did it again. And they'll keep blitzing until they get beat, where it makes you pull off.
It's back to Foster, and he's got a hole. Zigzagging inside the 10 and down at the 9, but there is a flag out. Actually, and up to 25-yard line, the flag.
Holding, offense, number 87. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Right in front of Coach O'Brien. Fedorowicz is called for the hold. That'll take away a 22-yard run.
Outside, it's watching. Okay. Well, he does have it up top, pulls, so I can see it.
Holding on the Freeman.
You know, we see angles on TV. You always got to remember, those officials are down there in the field. They're going to see angles that sometimes TV can't even catch, and that was a good call.
Hey, Mike's right. Mike's right.
So they mark it off from the point of the infraction. It's going to be a 1st and 14 for the Texans. Andre Johnson slashes to within a yard of the first. Picks up about 13.
I like the looks of that. Everybody out in the pass, spread it out so Ryan Fitzpatrick at least can see where the trouble is going to come from and get rid of the football a little quicker.
Alfred Blue is the running back, the rookie out of LSU. He's got the carry. And he's wrestled down, but has the first down, picks up 4.
Good drive of the Texans. Yeah, you know, Jim, it takes, when you're playing this game, you got to get some first downs to get, of course, the players in the groove, you know, get the defense tired, but you need to do it just as much for the coach as anybody so they can get in rhythm of calling what they want to do to the defense.
Let's go, Hoss, Hoss.
This is a complicated offense, and you can tell a lot goes on the shoulders of the quarterback.
First down in the red zone. Fitzpatrick works the middle again. Damaris Johnson, who came out of the slot to pick up 4. How about Ryan Fitzpatrick? Started out with the Rams, coming out of Harvard, got traded to the Bengals, and then was a starter at Buffalo, got a big contract there, ended up with the Titans, and now, of course, the Texans quarterback. Starter for 5 different teams at some point in his career. He's got a 2nd and 6 as Foster returns and picks up a yard. Of course, when Foster, he's had lingering hamstring issues during his career. Without him, 1 and 11
It's pretty startling. It's hard to make all. There could be other circumstances. I'm sure there are, but man, that's a big number. 1 in 11. He's a tremendous running back. I don't think this is a 4-down territory. I think if they don't make it here, Jim, it's going to be pressure defense again. I think they got to kick the field goal.
Man.
3rd and 5. Here they come. Fitzpatrick unloads it, and it's knocked away by Gordy. Josh Gordy denying that pass to Andre Johnson.
Yeah, Josh Gordy, very good coverage. Back up, nickel back. The starter Butler is out tonight, but it's a blitz. There's going to be a free guy, and Fitzpatrick did a really good job of moving and throwing it sidearm to give his receiver a chance.
You're going to bring out Bullock, and there's no doubt this is what you have to do. You have to put something up on the board right now.
Gives you an emotional lift just to get 3, and no choice. This is the right thing to do.
32-yard field goal is good, but a flag is down. Randy Bullock, the kicker.
I think they got too many guys lined up on one side. The defense, they had an overload, which is illegal.
It was 4th and 5.
Illegal formation. Defense, number 94, lined up over the center. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
And 5 yards just enough for the new set of downs. We're going to bring Mike Carey in, our rules expert. What happened here, Mike?
On field goals, they may not line up anybody right over the center. It's an illegal formation. That 5-yard penalty ends up giving the enforcement, makes it a first down.
Pretty easy to see that time. I think they're going to argue that he's going to be in the gap.
Did you notice when Mike said first down, it sounded like he was down on the field? First down.
Yeah, he misses it every once in a while.
You just can't say first down when you've been doing that your whole life down on the field. 1st and goal to go. It points off the board, and they give the ball to Foster. And he drives the legs down to the 4, pick up the 5.
A little different play that time. They pulled the right guard, Suafilo, a rookie, UCLA, starting because Brandon Brooks is out tonight. That was a good job by him and a good game.
Second and goal. Fitzpatrick going up top for it, and what a catch! Touchdown, Andre Johnson.
Unbelievable. Really good catch. The coverage was awesome.
That Greg Toller had that defended. I mean, he could not have been closer to the receiver here.
He's looking. I think he went for the interception, and Fitzpatrick just threw it so hard. It's a catch. He just threw it so hard that Toller couldn't get around and catch it.
No question the feet are in.
Yeah,
there's the second one.
Those pink shoes, you can't miss them.
Andre Johnson's first touchdown catch in his last 77 receptions.
Good thing they tried that field goal.
Not the concentration. The ball goes flying past the hand of Toller, and then somehow Johnson was able to snag it and then have the presence to think about getting the feet down. Look at this.
Wow, through his hands. Hey, these guys are good.
Richardson's across for the Indianapolis touchdown. Caught. Bradshaw, touchdown Indianapolis. And now we come back with Houston scoring its first touchdown. Andre Johnson went to the U down in Miami, where Chuck Pagano on the other sideline was a special teams coordinator and doubled as a recruiter. He recruited Andre Johnson to Miami, where he was mentored, was Johnson, by Reggie Wayne. It's Whalen to the 24. And Boye has the tackle. 24-7 Colts. Second quarter down in Houston. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by FedEx One Rate. Simple, flat rate shipping with the reliability of FedEx. Voya Financial, changing the way you think of retirement. And by T-Mobile. As you look at the skyline here of the fourth largest city in America, the energy capital of our country, Houston, Texas.
Well, I know who loved that last drive. The fans, of course, the offense, but the defense finally got a chance to go to the sideline, get rested up, think about what they've done, and see if they can correct it and come out here and show some energy and have somebody put some pressure on Andrew Luck.
The defense needs to back up what the offense just produced.
Absolutely.
The fake to Bradshaw. The pass is deflected and intercepted. Intercepted by Tuggle. The tip at the line, and the ball lands in the hands of Justin Tuggle.
Pretty good push up front. The receiver is going to be open. It looks like coming from the backside.
Yeah, it's
that's Jared Crick.
Jared Crick.
You know, you learn these things. I watched a lot of stuff, and as you watch, boy, what a job. If you hang around, I'm not giving J.J. Watt credit for everything, but when you watch Jared Crick, he mimics him a lot in what he does as a pass rusher, and we saw at that time when you can't get to the quarterback, watch him release it and try to jump up and knock it down. Wonderful job.
Yeah, Crick, who played at Nebraska on that defensive front with Sue, and probably would have been a first-round pick and not been injured as last year. Here come the Texans, and Foster, nifty move as he's able to somehow slip out of the tackle that would have been a loss of 1 or 2 and picks up 5.
Yeah, that is smooth. He does two things really well. He's a glider and he can wait, and then he has, when he gets through holes, he can make a really hard plant, and he doesn't really try to fake people out. He just, you know, sways his head one side or the other, and you're looking at it as a tackler, you go, hey, he's going to go that way, and he always goes the opposite.
2nd and 5 from the Colts 21. Over to Johnson, waiting for his blockers, and he's able to tiptoe through traffic and pick up the first down. Derek Newton was over there. He was waiting for Newton to get over and complete the block, and he did.
Yeah, really well done. Newton gets pushed outside, and Johnson reads it well. Good job by the right tackle. These screens to the outside, using the right tackles and tight ends, wide receivers, all have to be good blockers to make them work.
First down, Texans. At the Colts 13. It's Foster weaving and taken off to the end zone for the Houston touchdown.
He just very seldom makes a mistake in picking the hole as he goes through it. Outside, cuts in. Oh, there's that right foot plant. Just makes it look so easy. Well, good job by Andre Johnson getting the block outside that lets him walk into the end zone untouched.
2 touchdowns for the Texans in a span of 1 minute and 21 seconds. Extra point Bullock is good. This one set up by Crick's deflection into the arms of Tuggle and then finished off by Foster. The Texans have fought back into this game. Now down 10.
Well, let's look at next-gen stats. Arian Foster, 12 yards from the end zone. How far does he run to get there? Nice little cut, swerves in and out. 36 yards.
And here's how Brian Cushing, mic'd up, reacted to all of this.
Just chip away. Just chip away. They did the same thing to us last year. We've been there before. Just chip away. Keep stopping, stop them, stop them, get a turnover, stop them. We get on the field. We get off the field. We get the ball. Just gotta stop them. We gotta stop them. We gotta stop them.
This kick will be run out again by Whalen. Bouncing around, breaks a 3rd tackle, but can't escape the 3 Texans waiting for him at the 22. Monday on CBS, no matter the odds, these geniuses can always depend on one another. Don't miss the new hit drama Scorpion, Monday at 9, 8 Central, after The Big Bang Theory, only CBS. So 2 total yards in the first quarter for Houston. 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, responding from a 24-0 deficit.
Get the crowd going, get some emotion. When the crowd really does get fired up, it does give energy to the defense. When they're at home, makes communication, of course, tougher for the offense.
It's Bradshaw. And he is taken down by Crick after a gain of 3.
Pep Hamilton, offensive coordinator, what a job by him. Last year, everybody was hurt, and they had to pull this offense back. Everybody complained because they want to see Andrew Luck throw it. Well, they're healthy this year. They got all these receivers and weapons there, and he is letting it go.
2nd and 7. Luck's got time, and that pass is right back to Hilton again for 9 and a first down.
Well, we talked about it early in the game, and this is going to happen to a guy like that's a true double team right away on J.J. Watt. And I said, what do you do? And he goes, man, you just fight. You got to get used to it. You try to slip between them. Not that time.
The fake. And now rolling out away from the heat. Luck just throws it away. Well, you look at Andrew Luck entering tonight and you project his numbers on the season. The completions, if he got the 470, would break Breeze's single season record. He'd be looking at a 5,100-yard year, 45 touchdowns, monster numbers. And of course, he was over 200 in the first quarter tonight with a pair of touchdown tosses.
Well, you can see why they just have so many people to throw it to. The last 3 games, 8 different receivers have caught passes from Andrew Luck.
2nd and 10. Almost intercepted, almost by J.J. Watt.
I think Jared Crick and some other defensive linemen are going to get a chance behind J.J. Watt. Right side of your screen, reads it. Boy, look at the people closing on Bradshaw right in that throwing lane. When you're throwing these screens and little wides to running backs, when you have to double clutch, it's trouble. Hey, J.J. Watt, an ex-tight end. I talked about it when we were meeting. I said, this guy is so athletic. He could have been an all-pro tight end in the NFL, too.
3rd and 10. Gets it away. Bradshaw slips through the tackle, hurdles for the first down, and finally is banged down at the Houston 48. But the effort by Bradshaw extends the drive and goes for 18.
Unbelievable. It really is. Watch the defense. They're trying so hard to disguise what's going on. They run out of there. Well, it's a screenplay, so you can't fool them on a screenplay, and that's what you always want.
Cushing
wants somebody to make extra yards, Jim.
And Joseph both had a shot at him. And Bradshaw gives the Colts the new set of downs at the 49. And now Luck was looking way down the field again. Now other options. And that is incomplete. Fleener unable to hold on to it.
No pressure. That was incredible. The coverage was outstanding all over the field. They were going for the touchdown to T.Y. Hilton. They had him double covered, and J.J. Watt on the sideline. Here he goes. Watch where he goes. Double teamed. That's where he wanted to go, but Andrew Luck moving around, put it right on Fleener. He just dropped it.
Working on the left hand of J.J. Watt. And a 2nd and 10. And on the delay to give to Richardson. He's breaking tackles, and now a flag is thrown in as Richardson retreats 3 or 4 yards.
Holding. Offense. Number 83. 10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Wondering what happened to J.J. Watt on that 3rd down play by Bradshaw.
Can't tell anything there, but he did go to the sideline. He taped his fingers up. Saw him working on that.
Stays on the sideline for this Colts 2nd and 19 snap.
I think before this, I don't think he's been out of one play. That's the one thing you worry about. He plays almost every snap. Fatigue has to be a factor sometime.
Let's pass. Might have been caught on the rebound by Nix. It was nearly picked by Moreeeee. We do have a flag down on the opposite side of the field.
Before the pass, holding defense, number 52, 5-yard penalty, and an automatic first down.
So it'll take the 5-yard penalty and the first down automatic. And here's what happened. Tarpinian.
Wow. He held him about 3 times. Grabbed his jersey, put his arms around him. Bill O'Brien can't believe it, but put a linebacker in the slot against any receiver. Tight end, that's too much space, too many things they can do. Almost impossible to cover these guys in that situation.
Watt is back on that defensive front. First down carry, and it's a good one for Richardson. We got 9. Coming up, the Lexus halftime report. JB, Dion, Coach Cowher break down all the first half action here. Well, this Houston crowd was stirred to a frenzy.
Yep.
And now it's gone a little quiet. Last week, the Texans lost up in Dallas in overtime. It was a thrilling game, and Houston brought a lot of fans with them. And one thing Bill O'Brien had to say, how proud he was of the support. They forced the Cowboys and Romo to go silent a few times, playing at home, as Richardson has enough for the first down. Yeah, that Houston fan base that made their way to Dallas created enough energy on the road to make the home team have to change up a little bit.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I had to check a couple times to see where the game was played when I heard the crowd. You know, I think Dallas, everybody said, well, everybody wants to come see. That shows you how much they love the Houston Texans, and they're excited about the start they've had down here this year under Bill O'Brien.
First down for the Colts. Just outside 4 minutes to go in the second. Bradshaw. That cut back to the right side allowed him to pick up 8. You know, they won the first 2 games, the Texans, last year, then dropped their last 14. They've already won more games this year than they won all of last year.
And that's the big thing here. When you see the 12 takeaways by the defense, they're doing a lot on the defensive side. The blitzing has helped them. They need their defensive front to be more of an impact in this game, run and pass.
2nd and 2. Back to Bradshaw, easily gets the first down, and again able to fight off the first hit. Running behind Dwayne Allen and Jonathan Harris, and he's got another 13.
Look to right side, just kick it out. Dwayne Allen, that is an awesome job, just blocking in a big running lane.
Watch Swearinger here. Instead of going for the tackle, he kind of reaches in there trying to strip it. So 13 is picked up here by Bradshaw. He's already caught a touchdown in this game.
Well, you talked about his neck surgery and how he went through, and I'm sure he had many sleepless nights and really didn't know to the 3rd preseason game if he's going to be able to do it. He showed him he could take the hits, and he's played well.
Richardson's back in. And he fights for a yard. Yeah, talk about Bradshaw and that neck surgery. That happened about a year ago at this time. And it's a complicated procedure, and one that really, you know, gets your attention going into that operation, as he told us. And he had the same surgeon who had operated on Peyton Manning's neck.
There's a little scar right underneath his chin where they went in there, and hey, he healed pretty fast. But boy, you know, you got to overcome a lot mentally to know when you're a fullback or running back in the NFL, all the collisions, and know that your neck can stand up to it. and it's held up.
Richardson was dinged on that last play and a little slow to get to the sideline. May have been poked in the eye.
It seems like Arian Foster's had more than 37 yards, but they were a big 37 yards to lead them to that second touchdown.
This drive is already 6 minutes long, and the Colts are going to let this run down to the 2-minute warning. Colts lead at 24-14 here on Thursday Night Football. Don't miss the all-new episode of the NFL Network original series Finding Giants, Tuesday at 9 Eastern, or catch a special advanced premiere of Finding Giants tonight at midnight, only on NFL Network.
Well, I think the Texans, what do they do on defense? The one thing you got to do when you're behind is prolong the game, so they have 3 timeouts. I'm anxious to see how they use them when this drive is over. Get the ball back one more time.
And Rick again makes the play, this time taking down Bradshaw for a loss of 3.
Well, when you get, Andrew Luck pulls away, didn't even see the football. Good recovery and lucky to catch that. Good job by Ahmad Bradshaw hanging on to it. You get hit so quick when you don't expect it. That's what leads to turnovers.
3rd and 11. Clock running with $1:20 to go in the half.
Pretty safe defense.
Quick throw. It's Nix, and he's going to be about 5 yards short of the first.
Boy, that was a good disguise. I thought they were going to play zone, but they sent a blitz, and they were coming free. And right here, well, they called a timeout. The Texans say you got to call a timeout to give your offense as much time as possible. That worked out well, but the blitz, good timing. It's coming free from the right-hand side, and Luck knows it and gets rid of the football. Nice catch by Akeem Nicks. Oh, he stood. I was wondering how Luck fell down. He stepped on the shoe of Ahmad Bradshaw.
Luck to 242 yards passing in this half. There it is.
Doesn't even have the laces. I've noticed that with him. Boy, I don't know, many quarterbacks, a lot of quarterbacks couldn't do that. I couldn't have grabbed it and thrown it from with no laces. You needed to control the football.
As he talks with Matt Hasselbeck on the sideline, and Vinatieri now 34 yards. He's already in this game tonight become the first player in NFL history to score over 900 points with 2 different teams.
Big stop by the defense, holding them to 3 points after that drive.
34 yards, McAfee on the hold, and the kick is good. And again, he has not missed this season. 12 for 12 now. 27-14, 1:05 to go, first half. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by AARP, Real Possibilities, and by Microsoft Surface, the official tablet of the NFL. Got the Lexus halftime report coming up. Bill Cowan, Michael Irvin taking in the action on the sidelines. JB will be taking us through it. And prime time, of course, on the desk as well as we get set for the Lexus halftime report. It's 27 points, the most first half points the Texans have allowed in the game since 2007. And again, McAfee, best in the league at producing touchbacks, does it again.
Well, let's look at Ryan Fitzpatrick. Could they give him consistent protection tonight? And that answer is no. We said it right off the top of the show. And, you know, everybody, hey, he's got to throw more touchdowns, be more consistent. This is pretty consistent what I've seen when I watch him play. Saw him play Buffalo. Dallas got to him a lot. Here tonight, you can only take so many hits. I don't care how tough you are. It affects you and how you play.
We got 1:05 with 2 timeouts. Fitzpatrick Over to Hopkins, who breaks out of a tackle away from Toller and goes out of bounds. Here's Fitzpatrick, who started the night 0 for 4, and now he's hit 7 of his last 8.
Well, on top of your screen, it's 5 receivers. Spread it out. Ryan Fitzpatrick now can see exactly what the defense is going to do, and they're always looking for the guy that's given the biggest cushion because, hey, nobody back there to protect him. Most likely he's going to throw the football quick and short.
First catch of the night for Hopkins, the first-round pick a year ago out of Clemson. He's shown quite an advancement from year 1 to year 2. Fitzpatrick in the pocket and taken down. It's Ricky Jean-Francois.
What a year he's having so far.
Timeout called by Houston after the loss of 4. Saturday, the SEC on CBS. Doubleheader showcases 4 teams in the top 25. First, Georgia and Missouri. Then it's the best game from the best conference, Auburn and Mississippi State. And Saturday, doubleheader action on CBS.
Well, he's getting ready. They got a long way to go, but give him a chance. But 5 blockers, 4 rushers, and the protection broke down immediately. Fitzpatrick not able to get away. Colts said they're not going to sit back. They played more aggressively. He couldn't catch and throw it. Defensive lineman got there. 2nd and 14. Fitzpatrick.
That pass got away from him. Again, he had pressure to deal with as Bjorn Werner.
Yep, first round pick last year from Florida State. And this, I don't think it got away from him, Jim. I just think there's so many people around that he got hit on the arm. Most importantly, a situation like this, you're behind. I know you want to make the play, get the first down and keep it going. But really, your first thought is, let's don't make this worse.
With 50 seconds to go. The Colts have a timeout in their pocket. Thought about going to Johnson, comes the other side, Foster. And the Colts converge on him after a 5-yard pickup.
Kept the clock running. That was the most important thing. That was a really good call. Safe. You know, you can fool the defense and pick up the yards. But by keeping the clock running, the Colts did not use their last timeout, and you can maybe not worry as much about them scoring before the half.
Yeah, Houston can run this all the way down to 2 or 3 seconds.
I think the Colts, they're satisfied. 27-14. They want to get in there at halftime and rest and going. It'd be hard to get any good situation for their offense in this situation.
Yeah, timeout was called just before that snap by the Colts.
3rd and final charge timeout, Indianapolis. This is a 30-second timeout.
Now, why don't you just forget about the returner and just put 11 on the line and try to rush the punter?
Well, that's it. You know, why would you catch it? But it doesn't matter now with so little time left.
Well, actually, we're going to see the Houston offense.
Well, you know why?
Come back onto the field after the Colts timeout.
Because
so
they're not going to take a chance with a punt, a snap, a fumble, a block. So you bring your quarterback in, you let him run around, or Jim, you take the ball from the snap, drop back, and throw it as far as you can down the field and out of bounds.
Little chess match here between O'Brien and Pagano, who matched up against one another back in the 2011 AFC Championship game when it was O'Brien's offense, if you will, at New England against Pagano's defense at Baltimore. A game that came down to the end with a drop by the Ravens and a missed field goal by Baltimore in the end. That one.
You see, look at this defense of the Colts. It's pretty spread out.
Fitzpatrick, everybody just standing around, now throws it away.
Well, that's a situation that all teams work on. Comes up maybe once every 2 years. But Bill O'Brien, quick thinker, takes advantage of that situation.
So Luck with 240 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Houston recovers from a dreadful start. to put up a couple of scores. Let's go down to Tracy.
Thanks, Jim. Coach, another slow start there, but you got something going in that second quarter. How do you continue that?
We got to go in at halftime and adjust. We got, long football game left here, and obviously we got to play better offensively. Got to play better complementary football.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Jim.
All right, T.Y. Hilton, 6 catches for 156 yards. It's the end of the first half with the score: Indianapolis 27 and Houston 14. We'll be back with the Lexus halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching Thursday Night Football. To the end zone, touchdown. What a catch! It's Foster weaving and taken off to the end zone. It's 27-14. Indianapolis led 24-0 after the first quarter before Houston changed momentum. And now let's take a double check here by State Farm. Look at one of the highlights from the first half. And that's luck to Bradshaw for the game's second touchdown. Well, things did turn here for Houston in the second quarter, but what are you expecting here in the second half?
Well, I listened to the halftime show. They're right. At the end of the first half, the Houston Texans started double covering T.Y. Hilton. They need to. But you see all those throws down the field. Why is Andrew Luck having success throwing it down the field? Blown coverage, open receivers, but he has so much time. No pressure on the quarterback. It always comes down to that. How do you play inside to let those skill guys get it done? And the Texans, no pressure on the quarterback. Lots of time to throw, and that's why they have all those big plays. And Jim, you can't go in there and draw up a new defense. It's about winning matchups. It's about effort on the defensive side. That's what Houston has to do.
Some of the things that happened in that first half, the most first quarter points by the Colts franchise since the '58 championship team of Unitas and Barry and Lenny Moore. And 2 of their 3 successful onside kicks here this young season have come in the first half. T.Y. Hilton already has a career high yardage total in a game. And that set the new mark, most points allowed in the opening quarter by the Texans, the 24.
You know, the onside kicks, the way they play defense, the way they throw it down the field, it all goes hand in hand. Be aggressive.
And Bullock aggressive with that kick. And they'll start at the 20, the second half, the Colts. Let's go down to Tracy.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. I had a chance to speak with Chuck Pagano coming out of half, and he said he was really pleased with the way his offensive line has held up, especially missing 2 starters coming into this game and starting a rookie center for the second straight game. He said as for his defense, he said he's proud of the way they've been able to get their offense off the field on 3rd down. And as for that onside kick, he said he trusts his coaches. He loved the call. They saw the right look, and it certainly provided a spark. Jim?
You know, the Thursday Night Football package, if you will, began back in '06. The Colts have never lost on the Thursday Night Football package, 7-0, with 6 of those wins coming on the road. And here they go, up top to open up the second half with the completion to Doyle. And he's thrown down after 5. First half numbers. And it was so one-sided early.
Big numbers everywhere. 3rd down conversions, keeping the drives going. Passing yards, total yards. And Tracy was right. The offensive line, injuries, moved around. What an outstanding job. They were a big part of that first half.
On 2nd and 5, and that's going to be a first down catch for Nix. Keeps his balance for a couple of extra yards. You saw also decisive advantage for Indianapolis time of possession. Number 1 in the league time of possession coming into the week.
Yeah, they can march it. Nice balance by Akeem Nix. Big receiver. Nice guy to go to. And you get him out there, and you get a 3rd defensive back against him now. Akeem Nix has overcome injuries the last couple years. Rounding in shape a little as this season goes along for the Colts.
They picked up 12 with that one.
2 easy short passes to start the second half.
Doyle shifts to the backfield. They line up in the eye and they give it to Richardson. They clear a path for him. Swearinger unable to take him down, and it's a gain of 9. Doyle, we mentioned, moved back to the fullback position, and he helped clear it for 9.
Yeah, they like what Doyle can do. Watch 84 lead up into the hole. It's Brian Cushing, takes him right out of the run. Nobody inside the defense. Playing pass on the defensive line. Brian Cushing comes across. Tries to reach in there. Boy, Chuck Pagano said a lot of nice things about Doyle. Into the line, tight end, and can come back and be a fullback for you too.
That was the longest run of the night for Richardson. Gain of 9. He gets the handle here, shifts outside, got a first down. They run 4 plays to start the second half. They picked up good yardage on all 4 of them. Richardson, his 3rd NFL season, after being a first-round pick by the Browns in 2012 and traded after the 2nd game in 2013 for a first-round pick that was actually used as later shifted around was that pick, but part of the if you will, the draft pick that brought Johnny Manziel to Cleveland.
It's Kendrick Lewis, safety. I think I heard Bill Cowher say at halftime, the Texans defense looks slow. Yes, it does. You know, when you can't beat anybody up front, you have to cover longer. You know, the runners are getting free runs at the linebackers. And they've been on the field. We saw the time of possession, number of plays. It's hot inside this NRG Stadium.
Daniel Manning comes in for Lewis. Here's the toss play to Richardson, and Crick has hold of him. But again, it's another gain of 4.
4 and 5, just methodically marching the run game, even though the numbers are not big because they haven't run it that often. Very effective.
You know, this offensive line that you praised often tonight, without Newhort, their 2nd-round pick out of Ohio State, inactive. He's out with an ankle.
Right.
Without Hugh Thornton, out with a back, and Khalid Holmes, their starting center, he's been inactive every game so far this season, not fully recovered from an ankle injury of his own. They've really found ways to patchwork it together effectively. As 2nd down, Luck is sacked. Just when we start talking about that offensive line, they yield the sack to J.J. Watt.
Well, I think it's he finally got singled on the outside. Goes out of your screen. Oh, what a come from behind. And that extra time, well, it looks like he used only one hand to bring him down, too. Used that left arm. What they needed on the defensive side, but the coverage was good enough to allow J.J. Watt to get there and get the sack.
Houston's 3rd sack of the night. 2nd for Watt. 3rd and 9. And they take the Colts off the field. They get chased to Luck. Throws on the run. And Joseph makes sure he backs off Reggie Wayne. And the Colts will be forced to punt.
Love the coverage. They played tight man-to-man. And then they had 2 safeties helping out. Really well done. Look down the field. Everybody trails. And now you'll see there's one inside, the other one over the top. A little different look, and it worked well.
McAfee to punt for the first time tonight.
I don't know. That was a big stop for the Texans to get momentum back on their side here in the 3rd quarter.
Quite a night for McAfee so far with that successful onside kick that he recovered himself. And now he's able to pin the Texans at the 5 as well as all the rest of those touchbacks. 41 yards and down at the 5. Texans will come out for their first handle of the second half. Looking up in the owner's box, one of the most respected owners in the NFL with the binoculars there, Bob McNair, who brought professional football back to his home city, got a Super Bowl with it, and will have, in fact, yet another Super Bowl coming in 2.5 years' time. Super Bowl 51. Fitzpatrick on first down has a hookup here with Andre Johnson. They get out of that jam back at their own 5.
Yeah, they tried to do this a couple times in the first half, and it didn't work. Top of your screen, there's the blitz. Indianapolis stays aggressive on the defensive side. And a perfect throw by Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's made some big sideline throws for this team so far this year. And these three wide receivers, that's when they had their most success last week after a bad first half on offense against the Dallas Cowboys.
That play goes for 22. Foster. Not able to get away from Josh Gordy, as Foster now has 10 carries on the night for 36 yards. We have 2 of the 3, in fact, actually 1 and 2 on the active player list, most receiving yards. And as I mentioned, Reggie Wayne mentoring down at Miami.
Well, Reggie Wayne, knee surgery last year. You think, man, that might be it. The older player. Chuck Pagano said there's no way. He's not going out that way. And he, another one, maybe a little slow the first game or two, but you watch him now, he's back to full speed.
All that talk about his career will never come back. That's what fueled him, as Foster had some early contact from Francois and is able to pick up 3. With NFL Mobile, stream primetime games like tonight's Thursday night football broadcast. And for the first time this season, stream live local Sunday afternoon games on your mobile device. Learn more at NFL.com/mobile.
3rd and 9. Can you give the quarterback enough time to throw the football down the field to get a first down?
1 of 6 on 3rd down. Last week, this Colts defense allowed the Ravens 1 out of 11. Foster loses a yard. And the week before, the Ravens 1 out of 9 they allowed Tennessee on 3rd down. They shut it down on 3rd down.
Yeah, they're not going to play back. Look at this, the 3 down covered. Here comes the blitz. Sorry about the bad penmanship, but everybody attacking. No chance for that play to work.
4th time tonight, the Texans 3 and out. Huge punt here by Leckler. And too generous a bounce. 71 yards, but a net of 51. Well, they posted big numbers in that first quarter. This Colts offense coming back out. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by The Judge from Warner Brothers Pictures in theaters tomorrow. AT&T, mobilizing your world. And by Mazda and the Mazda 6. We're coming off the longest punt in Texans team history as you look at the Houston Museum District, the Museum of Fine Arts. I mentioned Houston having hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '04, and Bob McNair hosted all of the ownership group from around the league. A special dinner one night at that very museum. So Leckler's 71-yard punt, longest in Texans history, but it was a touchback, so we begin here. The Colts at the 20 with Bradshaw. And he's able to stumble past a lot of bodies and pick up 3.
3 tight ends in the game, all on the same side. I wonder where they're going to run the football. So good pursuit, but still, you said it, extra yards. Here we go, all 3 of them right here. You know, they're surely not going to run it to the other side. Is Reggie Wayne the lead blocker?
Easy. Ricky! Flex.
Bradshaw lined up wide to the left. 2nd and 7, they come his way. And on him right away is Joseph. Holds him to 3.
Good job, Ahmad Bradshaw. Jonathan Joseph really played well last week against the Dallas Cowboys. Gave up a play late that won it for Dallas, but it was just a throw it up and hope Des Bryant makes the catch, and he did.
What a catch it was.
Big play here. Need pressure from the 4 rushers.
3rd and 4. Mid-3rd. Luck with time and tries to thread it to Nix, and there's no flag.
They are getting their hands on the football about 4 times tonight, the defensive backs.
Look at Boye.
He's all over it. Really looked like a little push-off for a second from Hakeem Nicks.
Right in front of his head coach.
But good coverage. The hands go up. Put your hand between them. That's what he did.
Saw O'Brien in that first replay. Just a couple of yards away. And now coming for the second time, McAfee. Deshaun Martin has to dive forward at the 31 for the fair catch. 44-yard punt. And the Texans come back out down 13. Earlier tonight, the coin toss captain was the First Lady of the Houston Texans and breast cancer survivor, Mrs. Janice McNair, accompanied by members of the Houston Texans family, Debbie Phillips, Angie Peterson-Moore, Susie Galvin, and Sherry Rainey, all proud survivors. And look at this. Annual screening saves lives. The Crucial Catch campaign here in the NFL marches on through October as Foster races out for a gain of 8.
Yeah, another good job. Takes it inside, weaves it outside, and Andre Johnson hung on to the block against Greg Toller long enough to pick up 8 yards.
And they hurry to the line. And the Texans on 2nd and 2. And in a full sprint now, it is Foster.
This is why you go in the hurry up. Pretty quick snap. Good blocking on the right side that time. Su'a-Filo, the right guard, got a nice push down the field, and Foster does the rest. The stiff arm picked up a lot of extra yards.
Picked up 34 total. Myers, the center, also with a beautiful block. And the Texans now at the Colts 28. After the longest play of the night for the Houston side.
Had the defense confused, running people on the field.
Timeout called by the Colts. Jim Nance along with Phil Simms and Tracy Wolfson, Mike Carey with our rules issues. He's there to clear up anything should there be. And it's 1st and 10. Texans are driving. And Fitzpatrick goes back to Johnson, who has him inside the 5, right over Vontae Davis.
What a throw, what a catch. What's the adjustment by Andre Johnson? Turns all the way around, catches it, and then doesn't lose speed or stride going up the field.
They mark it at the 2, and they hurry to the line. That means they give it to Foster, and he glides in for the touchdown.
We've seen that play many, many times with who? The New England Patriots. Bill O'Brien has brought some of those aspects to the offense down here. The defense wasn't ready, can't get lined up.
Watch Garrett Graham, 88.
Pushes it outside, and Foster, he is just so patient. Done this so many times. He just waits, you declare, he goes the other way.
His 2nd touchdown of the night. I had the occasion to talk to the greatest running back ever, Houston way, the great Earl Campbell, earlier today. As the extra point is good. He lives down in Austin now. He's watching this game at home. He's a huge fan of Arian Foster. He says, what a gifted running back. And the Texans are my team, said Earl. Touchdown, Houston. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Macy's and by Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. Just south of here, the Saturn V moon rocket at the Johnson Space Center was used by NASA's Apollo and Skylab programs between 66 and 73, and it launched 13 times. Remains the tallest, heaviest, and most powerful rocket ever brought to operational status. Speaking of rockets, Arian Foster, his last 3 rushes went for 44 yards, and he's got his 2nd touchdown of the night. He goes 70 yards in 1 minute and 5. And that bounces into the hands of Whalen. It'll take a knee.
Great job by Whalen.
Let's go back to Mike Dubb and Brian Cushing.
Let's go. Come on, man. Hey, come on. This is huge. Hey, we score here. It's a whole new game, man. We got so much damn time.
The game that was 24-0 Colts after the first quarter. And now chipping away, it's a 6-point game. Luck. It's an incomplete pass. Merciless was draped all over him, but he got the incompletion out of it and avoided the sack.
Jim, let's look how they scored. Arian Foster knows his play well. Waits, see an open lane, cuts it back. You said it. Good block by Graham. Good pressure that time by the up front. The coverage, once again, finally allowed the pass rush. Whitney Merciless got there. Made Andrew Luck throw an incomplete pass.
Swearinger showing blitz. Then he backs off, 2nd and 10. Jackson unable to wrap up Wayne, and he's got a first down. Reggie Wayne's 2nd catch tonight.
It's been a big key. Short passes, extra yards, runs, inside, outside. Not bringing guys, the runners, down with the initial contact. You know, it's just, we say it, of course, I never played defense at any good level, but when you go high, wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, they can shed those tackles. We see it every single week. They're just strong, great balance, throws them off.
First down for the Colts. Richardson. Stutter step move and nowhere to go. Pushed back by 3 Texans, including Merciless. Sunday, the NFL on CBS rolls out Week 6 regional action. Many of you are going to see Peyton and the Broncos battling Rex Ryan's Jets, plus other regional action. Check your local listings as it all begins with JB, Tony, Coach Cower, and Bart, and Boomer.
You would think they had so much success throwing it down the field that they would come back with something designed to get a big play.
2nd and 11. Luck on target as Allen juggled it for a moment, but the big tight end holds on for 17 and another first.
Inside against Swearinger. Nice stutter at the top of the route, wide open, and Andrew Luck stays on him the whole time. Chuck Pagano said it right. Tight ends are the biggest mismatch in the game now. It doesn't matter if it's a safety or a linebacker. In the middle of the field, impossible to cover.
Fake to Richardson, and Luck winds it up. He's got a 300-yard game as he finds Hilton for a 7th time tonight.
Yeah, here's Hilton. He's going to go down the field and break out, and watch the defense follow the other receivers. Nobody comes off. Wide open, uncovered. Another blown coverage by the Texans.
A secondary that has Kendrick Lewis back out there after being shaken up earlier. 306 yards for Luck. And first down is Richardson. Working that middle for 3.
Well, a lot of shake. These runners so strong. Give them a little wiggle. How do you get them down? Brian Cushing does the right thing, attacks him and makes him make that move quick. And his teammates get there, but Arley gets a hand on him. You know, running backs, it seems like their legs are bigger than ever as you watch all these games, Jim, and they break so many tackles. A lot of times the running backs are bigger than the linebackers.
2nd and 7. Richardson 15 carries for 38. And a touchdown. As Luck is going for the end zone. And Hilton is there. And it is not defended. Touchdown, T.Y. Hilton.
He just outran the coverage. Andrew Luck hangs in the pocket, which we see all the time, every game, and just throws it out and lets T.Y. Hilton run to the football.
T.Y. Hilton goes over 200 yards on the night, has his 6th touchdown in the last 5 games against the Texans.
There he goes. Watch, they got it covered. Swearinger, 2 safeties, but he just runs between them, outruns them, and gets the touchdown, and they decide to go for 2 here. 12 I wouldn't go for 2 at this time. I would kick the extra point and make it 13, but I'm sure the chart says up 12, go for 2. The way teams are scoring, a lot of variables here.
O'Brien trying to get somebody's attention, and he does. Hilton thought he had a touchdown in the first quarter, but was actually touched down at the 5, and that touchdown was taken off the board. But Hilton now with his first touchdown catch in his last 87 receptions. You know, this guy is such an incredible talent. He gets hit so often it never seems to bother him at all.
No, it doesn't. Up top, watch next gen stats. Here he goes, T.Y. Hilton. Jim, he just doesn't flinch under pressure. And we said it in the first half. Why can you throw the football down the field like this? Fast receivers, a quarterback that can hang in there and throw under pressure, and of course an offensive line that gives him that extra time. That was really a slow developing play.
He'll split out Hilton and go spread here on the 2-point attempt.
It turned out to be a big timeout by the Houston Texans. Hate to waste them in the second half.
Now Hilton comes behind Luck. Interesting formation. They toss it to Hilton. Hilton is thrown down by Lewis, who I mentioned had just returned a few plays earlier after being shaken up. So they thwart the 2-point attempt, keep it at 12.
High alert when T.Y. Hilton is a running back. Man, that's almost turns into a dangerous play. That's why he can only do that so little, Jim. He's a small guy. I wouldn't risk him the way he's running down the field making catches.
Yeah, he's the last man to walk off the field, and he was moving rather slowly.
You see the points allowed, 17 this season. Tonight, 33. Well, this Colts offense, I know they played what everybody thinks is some inferior defenses there for a couple weeks. They put up huge numbers. And then last week they played the Baltimore Ravens. I think that's a pretty good defense. They didn't tear it up, but they made some plays.
That's a defense that will be welcoming back the overall first pick, Jadeveon Clowney. And a lot of people say, wait a minute, his name's Jadavian. No, it's not.
It's Jadeveon.
It's Jadeveon. We double-checked it with him. And he should be coming back after spraining a knee in week 1. They expect him back in the next few weeks.
Well, we saw him working out Tuesday. Looked pretty good. They hope he comes back soon. He is some presence on the field. Now, he played very little before he got hurt, but what I saw on film in the preseason, he jumped and landed on that knee a little funny. But you could he immediately sticks out when you see him get down in the stance. And Bill O'Brien says you can see his presence on the field. He's explosive, he can run, practices hard, and he learned their defense very fast. So they were pleased until that injury came back.
First down, Foster shifting sides and somehow picking up 8 on what looked like a no play.
Nothing to say here except just watch Arian Foster. Well, I'll tell you, just like a quarterback getting a pass and getting some completions, running backs are the same. Just keep giving them the ball and they get a great feel. And we said it in the opening. He does what a really good running back can do, make people miss.
Got a first down. He shifted around on that previous play like another guy who was raised down in San Diego, Marcus Allen. Saw him do that a time or two with tremendous results. Herschel Walker, speaking of running backs, going to sit down with Michael Irvin on the 25th anniversary of the most shocking trade in NFL history. NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern, live on NFL Network. Foster with 58 yards on the ground in this quarter. Going back to him. Pushes off the back of Chris Myers and takes it ahead for 2.
If you're on the left side and he runs right, just stay there. He'll come back. That time the Colts defense disciplined, stayed in their spots.
He comes to the sideline, signals stepping out. Alfred Blue comes in for him. 2nd and 8. Fake to Blue, and now Fitzpatrick down the field and a reception. Damaris Johnson.
Good speed from the slot. That's Johnson. This is a really good throw. Watch Fitzpatrick. He is going to throw it behind him on purpose, because if he leads him across the field, he thinks the backside corner can make a play. Good adjustment by Johnson.
That's good for 40.
Their completions are not easy, are they? It takes a heck of a throw and a really good catch to get something done.
And it's blue for 1. And Foster's going to come right back in for him in the final 30 seconds of the third quarter. How has this team managed to turn things around after that horrible start?
Well, they got the turnover. They made some plays. Fitzpatrick he's been pretty good here tonight. Give him time, he's making good throws.
2nd and 9, he's got a player on him, and he is sacked. 2 Colts, including Jonathan Newsom, the first to get there to close out the quarter. 33-21 Indianapolis. You're watching Thursday Night Football. We're back in Houston. The Texans at the Colts 28-yard line. And they face a 3rd down as we begin the final quarter. Didn't go with Foster. He's got the outside. Just to about the 20. Walden rides him down.
Yeah, they're going to kick the field goal here. I think that's the call. Pretty safe call, but what they would expect, they thought maybe they could get this, Jim, because the Colts have been blitzing a lot in these situations. How about that move by Aaron Foster? He has got it going tonight, but
yeah, Foster with that run goes over 100 on the night.
Got to be on high alert on the defensive side for a fake field goal here.
37 yards. Leckler, the holder. Former high school quarterback. Now this is the conventional kick. Try and look out. It's no good. Randy Bullock, just his 2nd miss of the season. And wide right from 37. Coming out of a missed field goal by the Texans, Randy Bullock. As the Colts are 12 in front. 4th quarter, 1st minute. From the 28. And they go ground to start the drive. Bradshaw for 2. It's a 38th start for Andrew Luck. 25-12 record in regular season play. And just the numbers by comparison with Peyton through 37 starts.
Pretty similar, and you know, and why it's Andrew Luck, it's just the age of throwing more now, so those numbers are a little bigger.
He's able to avoid a sack, and he's going to run for the 1st down. As he's putting together a big night on his homecoming to Houston.
Look, he's going to look, and he's just instinctively going to move to where the space is. Look at the defensive line. Crick comes inside. J.J. Watt misses him, and there is nobody on the left side to stop him. It's one of the big keys when you play him. Sometimes, when you cover him, you'd like for him to have to stand there and throw it, but when you cover him, then he can run out and pick up the 1st down. That's tough.
That scramble went for 10. And a new set of downs at the 40. It's back to Bradshaw. And Watt holds on. 3rd time as a pro that Luck has played in this building. Played here during some Texas State High School playoff action.
Wow.
Stratford High School was his home school. Played at this beautiful Tully Stadium on the west side of Houston.
That's how he plays in the NFL. Moves, throws, runs over a few people, bounces off of them.
And maybe most impressively was the valedictorian at Stratford. On his way from Stratford to Stanford. Second and 9. Looking for Nix. Nix looking around for the football.
Well, what's the Texans defense do this time? Do you try to keep him in the pocket, use the extra guys to cover, maybe double T.Y. Hilton, take him out of the play, or do you blitz? I would go with the cover, because if you blitz, makes it tough on the defensive backs.
3rd and 9. Need to get to the midfield stripe for the first. Luck with the protection he needs. Threads it as Hilton adds to his incredible numbers tonight.
Yeah, just another good job. Boy, it's redundant, isn't it? Oh, he hangs in. Look at the protection. Look how long it takes. The shuffling in the pocket. Never takes his hands off the football. How about this when he moves up? Oh, I saw a little gap. He was looking down the middle, finally looks to the right and finds T.Y. Hilton, and you said it. Laser sharp with the throw. Little chip, little hold. Kept J.J. Watt off the quarterback.
Hilton is 1 yard off the Colts franchise record for receiving yards off of Raymond Berry's 224.
Unbalanced line.
One behind as Bradshaw is taken down by Merciless, a loss of 1.
Little new formation. They go unbalanced line. Everybody to the right side. Well, not enough to the left. Merciless just outruns the play.
Merciless has made plays tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Former first-round pick in 2012 out of Illinois.
So that's why when Clowney comes back, you get him over there helping in the run defense, help with the one-on-one passing situations. Merciless. Defense can change and, of course, get much better.
2nd and 12. As Luck somehow is able to get it away and almost paid a price for it. As Tuggle had a real shot at his second interception tonight. Brooks Reed forced that errant throw.
Well, being strong and hanging in there sometimes on the outside. Here he comes. You see it. Oh, my gosh. How about that? Just still gets hit and still can fling it. But that's the good thing. But the bad is throwing under pressure. You don't get time to see the defense quick enough, and you can make mistakes. It's about 5 times they had their hands on the football. Couldn't make the play.
And that one might have been 60 yards to daylight. 3rd down. 3rd and 12. And the ball's out. And recovered by Watt. He's on his feet. He was never touched down. Could he have his 3rd touchdown of the season? Yes, he does. J.J. Watt.
Unbelievable. Doesn't have it. Picks it up. Not touched. I think that's going to hold up. They're waiting right now to get it confirmed.
J.J. Watt gallops 45 yards. Touchdown is confirmed to add to his 80-yard interception return for a touchdown earlier this year, as well as a touchdown catch when he lined up on offense against the Raiders. Justin James Watt has suddenly changed this game. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Verizon. More live games than ever before with NFL Mobile. State Farm, pump up your savings with a discount double check today. And by Wendy's, barbecue pulled pork, served 3 tasty ways.
Well, Jim, as you saw that play, J.J. Watt, his conditioning is just out of this world. Here's Andrew Luck. Once the ball snapped, takes his eyes off the center because he was trying to look at the play clock, and that's what caused the fumble.
And again, the center, just his second start, undrafted rookie out of Florida, Jonathan Harris. So a miscommunication there cost the Colts big time, and Whalen steps up and wants to run it out. Manning missed him, but Simon takes him down at the 21. Well, this guy, as they said, Chuck Pagano told us last night, can just wreck a game in one play.
Colts got to find a way to get a first down to quiet this crowd down and settle the defense down also.
Start the drive from the 21. Luck. Ball is tipped and incomplete. The flag is down. Pass is intended for Fleener.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Costanzo, the left tackle.
Well, here we go. J.J. Watt on next-gen stats. A big man can run. He starts stretching it out. 19 miles an hour. After all the plays, fourth quarter.
An old hockey player.
That's it.
He credits a lot of his conditioning and agility and balance.
His balance to the hockey as a youth that built up a
First and 20.
ceiling for endurance.
And they go draw. Richardson's got 2. That's it. Cushing is there along with Crick. Let's go down to Tracy.
Well, guys, J.J. Watt during that timeout was just resting on the sideline. He's exhausted. He was exhausted before the touchdown, taking some deep breaths. You can see he's just exerting so much energy and, of course, exhausted after that touchdown, but he's back in there now, guys.
Second and 18. Stepping up. Taken off. Luck for about 5.
Good job of making something out of nothing by Andrew Luck. He thinks it's fourth down. You got to get back on the field. Getting a little push now. Crick gets in the backfield. J.J. Watt was doubled. Good job by Merciless tracking him down.
Third and 14. Approaching the 9-minute mark. Pass tip, incomplete, intended for Nix, and now a flag comes out on Moreeeee.
Well, must see. He's pointing. A lot of hand fighting on the sideline.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 34. Automatic first down at the spot of the foul.
O'Brien saying, look at this. Look at this.
Let's see what it looks like. Moreeeee on the outside. In good position. Oh, yeah.
Did you see interference there?
No, it wasn't. He was in good position. He did stick his hands out, but so did Akeem Nicks. You know, when you're in front of the receiver, you're allowed to stay there. You know, the receiver has to avoid you. So, nothing you can do, nothing that Bill O'Brien can get changed. You can't replay it.
Well, they implored him to get back on the sideline after that 27-yard penalty and the first down at the 45. Richardson hit first by Swearinger.
But that first down, you know, you think, okay, they could still. Just think of the pass rushes and the energy that defensive line exerted in those 4 plays. And now can you muster it up again? That's what's tough.
2nd and 9. Watt is not in on this play. Luck's pass goes through the hands of Dwayne Allen. Week 6 of the NFL season continues Sunday on CBS and Fox. Here's the next broadcast window. Check your local listings for the game in your area.
J.J. Watt back on the field. Got a little bit of a breather, but still. 3rd down. I think they'll, Jim, I think they'll keep playing the way they are on defense. Try to play coverage. Hope the push can get there. Keep the extra defensive backs back to help these corners cover.
Luck throws, and the pass is a catch by Wayne.
They kept an extra blocker in there, and Swearinger gets a free run at Luck, but he had time to throw it.
Well, this might be challenged. Challenge flag did come out just before the snap.
Well, that was a quick decision. Good job by the Colts getting up and trying to run the play.
Houston is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed catch. Timeout.
That second replay from that end zone look. This one right here.
Oh.
NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's, never stop improving. And by KFC, the world's best chicken. How do you, KFC? The Texans challenge this just before that snap, and now here comes the critical ruling.
The Indianapolis receiver lost control of the ball as he hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. For the Indianapolis ball, 4th and 9 on the Indianapolis 45. Please put 8 minutes, 21 seconds on the game clock, please. 8:21.
So now the Colts will punt and watch from the Texans sideline.
Bill O'Brien looking at the scoreboard, had to make a quick decision. Gets it out just as Andrew Luck is getting the snap.
Mike Carey, you thought right away when you saw that replay it would be just that call, incomplete.
Yeah, focus on the ball. It slips through before he has control. It hits the ground, incomplete.
Sean Martin is the return man. Signals fair catch. Secures it at the 11. 43-yard punt. Coming up next, the Mazda postgame show. Interviews and analysis of tonight's game. Got a new lighting system inside NRG Stadium.
Yep, field looks good, bright.
It's Foster. And he's got a 5-yard gain back on that fumble return for a touchdown. This was Brian Cushing's perspective on it.
I think he wanted JJ to give it to him, but he was close to picking it up. That time the Colts have stopped blitzing, and the defense has been beat on a little bit by this Houston's offense, but that time they came with the blitz just a little too late with it.
2nd and 5, and they're in on Fitzpatrick. He's able to dodge the traffic, can take off for the first down marker, and it'll be close. Looks like they'll give him the spot for the first. Freeman on the tackle.
Ryan Fitzpatrick said he's run more in these first 5 games than he's run in his whole career. And it's not that he's just running, he's picking up yards. And Jim, you see it so many times, he just misses getting really clocked. Just gets under the tackles. It's close, but I wouldn't challenge that for. It's got to be a really, when you remark the football, it's got to be a blatant mistake before they're going to move it.
It looked like the knee might have been down, could have been a half-yard short, but it still would have been 3rd and short if they'd won the challenge. And they're on 1st down. That play is stopped by Kerr. No gain for Foster.
Be interesting here. I'm curious to see what the Colts defense does. 3 wide receivers by the Texans. Will they blitz? I say yes.
The game that was 24-0. Indianapolis after 1. And now the Texans.
I was right. Here he comes.
Have a chance to drive and take the lead here in this battle for first place in the AFC South. As Fitzpatrick has the time he needs, and he's got Demarcus Johnson for another 1st down.
Slot receiver Johnson quick. That time they picked it up. Fitzpatrick had a big pocket where he had time to throw. Nobody across the middle because of the blitz. And it's really interesting. You see Johnson look across the field and just broke that route right away because he saw nobody over there. Good recognition by him.
Breaking it free. It's Blue. Alfred Blue, who got the start up at New York when Foster had to miss a game, and performed well, the rookie from LSU.
To the right, Ben Jones gets a good block. Fedorowicz, the tight end, good block. Fresh legs by Blue. Makes a miss and picks up big yards.
Yeah, 17 yards. And then now on the Indianapolis side of the field with 5 minutes to go. Fitzpatrick looking down the sideline, and it's snagged for a moment, incomplete, but a flag is thrown.
That's going to be on the offense. I could see it from here. The arms extend by Andre Johnson.
Getting tangled up with Greg Tolbert.
Pass interference. Offense, number 80. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 1st down.
Supposed to be a point of emphasis this year, more offensive pass interference. Do you see it really unfolding that way? Have you seen more calls?
Not at all. I haven't. I think there's been so many more in the defense. Near double or triple. There's the push in the back. It's a good call. You know, in games past, in those situations, Ryan Fitzpatrick has been going to DeAndre Hopkins sometimes in those looks. Tonight, had success throwing those back shoulder throws to Johnson.
Setting up the screen that is incomplete. Was totally read by Francois. Garrett Graham doesn't hold on to it, and that actually ends up helping Houston avoid a loss of 5 or 6. Second and 20 coming up. There's Johnson, and the ball comes out. Adams with the recovery, and will it hold up as a catch? Did he make a football move, and will that hold up as a catch? I'm sure this will be reviewed. It was Davis who knocked it out of his hands.
Looked like he caught it. He's got it. Oh, he fumbled himself.
No, never have it. Incomplete.
Mike Carey, you just heard, he thinks that'll go as an incomplete pass.
Boy, Mike, you're quick with these decisions, so you're so quick.
Well, he never got it completely put away.
Didn't get it put away.
And again, all turnovers are reviewed.
Anytime you watch it, if you want to see it's a catch.
You just keep an eye on the football. If it's moving when he's trying to put it away, it doesn't matter how many steps he gets in.
Right.
If it comes out, it's going to be incomplete.
Okay. You know, when you watch it full speed, Mike, sometimes it's a whole different look. Then you go, oh, yeah, it's not a catch. I've said this, Jim and I talk about it all the time. When you watch it in slow motion, everything looks like a penalty and
especially from behind. If you get a shot right at the ball like we have here, 1, 2, the ball's still moving, it's still moving, never gets it away. Yeah, but it'll come back.
Johnson disgusted with himself, but may get a reprieve here.
Well, nothing else. If it is an incomplete pass, still 3rd and 20, Jim, but it's field position and all the other things that come with it if it does go in the Texans' favor.
Well, the one thing to remember, too, though, is that Johnson had what was going to be a big gain and would have put him probably within a couple yards of a first. Ron Torbert is already prepared to weigh in on this one.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It's Indianapolis's ball, 1st and 10.
Well, Mike, your reaction to that?
Well, I disagree. I think that you could see clearly that the ball was never put away. But sometimes when it's in the mix, they go with what was called on the field. It was pretty obvious, though, that he never got it really put away.
And remember, reviews now also, of course, have the New York office.
That's right.
And the officiating crew up there, Dean Blandino and company, weighing in on that. So the Colts take over at the 40, and the quick throw over to Wayne for 6.
Good drive starter on the outside that time for Andrew Luck in this offense. Time is a factor as you look at it. 2 timeouts by each team are left. And of course, Indianapolis being up 5 would like to score and put it away. And the Texans, of course, had nothing. The worst they want to give up is a field goal.
2nd and 4. And Luck in traffic. Bradshaw. Incomplete. And again, the Colts were better off with that being a drop, as the Texans were closing in on them. Next Thursday night, the Jets and the Patriots will go to the AFC East in our divisional series next week. Another big-time matchup in prime time on CBS and the NFL Network, the Jets and the Patriots from Gillette Stadium.
3rd and short. This would be a time, I think, that you might want to blitz because you don't need a lot of time to get 5 yards.
Watt lined up on this side. Lined up wide. Trying to fight through. He stumbles as Luck hits Wayne for the 1st down. Precision play moves the chains. A gain of 11.
Yeah, they played it safe. Still done good movement. And Reggie Wayne on Kareem Jackson. Wow. Oh, man. J.J. Watt had it. He tripped and fell. Might have affected the throw if he didn't fall down. Good job by Luck moving in the pocket to his left and just getting that extra time to look, see it clearly, and make the throw.
Run some clock here with Bradshaw. Was going to be taken down for a loss, but again, Swearinger, who's missed some tackles tonight, did not finish the deal, and it's a gain of 6 or 7.
Well, let's watch where he goes. Watch number 36. Nobody blocks him. Goes really high, and when you go high again, you're going to miss these blocks.
And he's gone high a number of times tonight.
Yes, he has. 2:42, 2 timeouts to go. The Texans use their 2nd timeout.
Do you think they go to the timeouts this early?
Yeah, I like what they're doing there. Just save the time right here, Jim. Put the pressure on the Colts offense by calling the timeouts. Now it gets to a point. Now you got to decide on offense. Well, we're going to run it again to make them use their last timeout, or do we throw it and try to win the game? So since you called this first one, if they throw an incomplete pass, I mean a run doesn't gain any yards or something like that, then Bill O'Brien is going to use his last timeout.
Bill O'Brien, who learned a lot about clock management from Bill Belichick, and also counts George O'Leary as a huge influence on his coaching career. His days assisting O'Leary at Georgia Tech.
You got to be aggressive on the defensive side.
2nd and 4. They will stay with the run. And that one goes for a loss as it's Watt bringing down Bradshaw for a loss of 3.
J.J. Watt, you just think about sacks and everything else. He has been unbelievable in run defense here tonight.
Texans actually waited 6 or 7 seconds before they called their last time out. They did not call it right away.
It won't affect him. I'm sure he thought about it for a second. So those few seconds, it comes down to this. The Colts are going to throw it. If they complete it and get in the first down, the game is over.
Well, Luck has had his way with it, throwing it tonight. 370 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Again, I think if you're the coach, you throw it here and try to win the game. But I think without question on the defensive side, sitting back, everybody's tired up front. You got to go after the quarterback. So,
of course, at this point at the 41, we'd be talking 58, 59 yards for Vinatieri. Really not a likely option. So the Colts on 3rd and 6. Looking up top, and here's the throw, batted down. It was J.J. Watt and Kendrick Lewis. One of them got a hand on it, and the Texans will get the football back.
They did the right thing. The Colts were ready for it. They keep everybody in. They're going to throw it one. Oh, it's J.J. Watt once again inside. Jonathan Joseph to the right, where he's throwing the football, was going for the interception. He played the run to the sticks. See him out on the outside. Good view of it. Well, what a game by J.J. Watt.
Martin is deep. McAfee try to pooch punt here with 2:22 to play. Fair catch at the 9. 91 yards away with 2:15 to play and no timeouts.
Well, you need a touchdown, of course. When you look at the score, you're down 5. And J.J. Watt has been just phenomenal. 2 sacks, 7 tackles, 3 passes, fumble, recover for a touchdown. Quite honestly, it seems like he's done more than that. Doesn't it?
Oh, it's amazing.
It is.
The motor. He just keeps on going. Meanwhile, Ryan Fitzpatrick will try to pull off this improbable comeback. Down 24 after 1. Going to have a first down there. And they'll try to reset and get a play before the 2-minute warning as Andre Johnson has 12. And they're not going to get a snap off in time. 2-minute warning. 33-28 Colts. Now, be honest with me. Did you think we had another Thursday night blowout on our hands here?
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go that way, but it turned out to be an exciting game.
Unbelievable game.
It really has. The Stars, Andrew Luck, terrific in the first half, and some parts in the second half made big plays. And J.J. Watt, now here, Houston, kind of like our game we had on Sunday, Kansas City at San Francisco.
That's Mike Vrabel, the former Patriot linebacker.
Right.
Talking to Brian Cushing.
Think he knows a little bit about linebacking, but
Some of the things that have happened here that are going to factor into the score is Hilton stopped on the two-point try.
If you're on defense, stay back. Make them throw underneath.
Hey, Tally! 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 Mike's 50, Tally! Hey, got it! White 80!
Foster lined up in that slot to the right. First down, and Fitzpatrick. The ball came out. And it's recovered by the Colts. Werner may have hit him.
Yep. Pulled it down, was going to run, decided to throw it. Nobody open, and too late. The hit comes.
DeQuell Jackson with the recovery.
Steps up, see right there. That's what got him.
Well, it's
didn't
clearly
secure
a
the
fumble.
football. Oh, yes, it's a fumble.
Game-ending fumble.
The Colts, this defensive line all night long did not let Fitzpatrick move around like we've seen him move in the first 5 games of the year. They did an awesome job of staying in their lanes, making it tough.
How about Bjorn Werner? He's made some plays here in the second half, and
he's done it all year. Second year, boy, they need him to come through big time for this defense to be what they hope it's going to turn into.
The Colts are on their way to a 4th straight win after an 0-2 start. And they have run right through their division opponents. Their first sweep through. They'll play the Texans later in December. They already beaten Jacksonville and Tennessee. So 4-2 on the year.
Well, great effort by both teams. That's, you know, and to fight back like the Houston Texans did. Give them a lot of credit, but there's no moral victory in this because they lost a tough one last week too.
Red 70! Red.
And that's going to be 10 straight wins inside the division for the Colts. The Mazda postgame show is coming up next. Interviews and analysis of tonight's game. Where do you see these teams going after getting a up-close look at them tonight?
Listen, you play this Colts offense, you have to be scared. I mean, because the quarterback can hang in there. They throw it down the field. They got playmakers. I think the defense is going to continue to get better, Jim. They got some injuries still with players on the offense and defensive line. They get them back.
So on T.Y. Hilton.
Red 70!
The defense at times tonight for the Colts was dominating. Got tired, and Houston had some success against them.
Chuck Pagano and the Colts have held on to win it here. They come up with some fumble recoveries in the last 5 minutes. Able to withstand the furious Houston rally from 24 down. And they improved to 4-2 on the season.
Yeah, after that start, they got to be thrilled with that, of course, to win 4 in a row. Ryan Fitzpatrick, another really tough night for him physically. Got hit a lot, but he hung in there, made some big throws to give him a chance to come back, and just unfortunate to fumble at the end.
They're the old teammates at Miami. Hasselbeck and Fitzpatrick with a exchange as J.J. Watt did all he could do tonight. But Andrew Luck, another sensational effort by the third-year man. A successful homecoming it is indeed to Houston.
You know, Jim, this Houston defense struggled tonight, but when they get Clowney back in there, they could really change their whole football team.
Andrew Luck leads the way. T.Y. Hilton 1 yard off the all-time franchise record, 223 yards on 9 catches and a touchdown. The final score is 33-28 Colts. Coming up next, the Mazda postgame show for Phil and Tracy and Mike Carey. Jim Nance saying so long from Houston. You've been watching Thursday Night Football. We'll join the studio after this.